Hit it.
And we're back. That was a quick, that was a long week, sir.
Yeah, it was. Woo.
Man,
are my arms tired?
Yeah. All that walking to
all,
the next.
all that other stuff.
Yes. Yeah. Anyway, we need to get beers.
How about a beer?
Yes, thank you.
I try.
So I recently came across this thing. Hold on a second.
Bless you.
Gesundheit. Science. So I came across this thing. I don't know if you saw it on the thing. So it says
on the Discord.
Yeah. Is Dune just a cheap ripoff of Star Wars?
Oh, I've seen this with Harry Potter.
But this is
a little splurtation.
I sported myself. I hate when that happens. But anyway, anybody who is listening right now, just hold on. That it may be a Dune or Star Wars fanatic. That was a terrible pour.
Oh, that was a warm beer too. So
they didn't get, and they run in the fridge for a little while. Apparently, I should have just thrown them in the freezer. Whatever. So yeah, I'm not doing myself any service here. All right. Anyway, episode 66.
Only 3 away.
Yes, sir. We'll be recording that one, I think,
when I
get
come back
from
from Italy.
Nice. Yeah. All right. So anyway, is Dune just a cheap rip-off of Star Wars? No, Dune is a very expensive rip-off of Star Wars. Wait for it. The actual rip-off was cheap. Frank Herbert watched Star Wars on opening night in 1977. Then cribbed a bunch of notes, changed the name of planet Tatooine to
Arrakis.
Arrakis, thank you. I'll be honest, I've never seen Dune.
It's good.
Changed the name of Luke Skywalker to
Paul Atreides.
Paul Atreides, thank you. And pretty much left everything else the same.
That's hilarious.
The expensive part was building a time machine so that he could go back in time and publish Dune in 1965, 12 years before Star Wars came out.
Wow.
Frank Herbert spent his entire family fortune building his time machine and even had to sell his family ranch in California and the family stock in General Electric. Most scholars consider it one of the most expensive, if not the most, consider is the most expensive, if not one of the most expensive cases of plagiarism in the 20th century.
Wow. That's hilarious.
Yeah. That a lot of people think that Dune is a rip-off of Star Wars.
I mean, Harry Potter's a rip-off of Star Wars. If you think about it.
Yes. That one, yes, you can see. And I
all
showed
the
you that
same.
whole video. You've seen the video before.
Yeah.
It's like J.K. Rowling didn't write novel, wrote Star Wars. It's like, here you have a young protagonist who
has to live with his aunt and uncle
who don't agree with this weird magic stuff, who has this creepy uncle-looking figure or old man. And it was like, it was also with terrible lightsabers or something like that.
instead of lightsabers, it's magic wands.
Yeah, and then it's like, is guided by this much older and kind of creepy person who always seems high.
Well, and his love interest is actually interested in someone else.
Yes, who looks at him more like a
brother
who ends up falling in love with the nerdy comic relief. Of it instead. Yeah.
Yep. Han Solo.
Exactly.
Han Solo is Ron Weasley.
So you could talk about that and not know which one you were talking about,
exactly.
Right? I did see something where it was
Snape is fucking Darth Vader, essentially, right?
No, but it was comparing. It's comparing Guardians of the Galaxy to. No, it wasn't Guardians of the Galaxy. It's Lego Movie compared to something else, but it's still Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt voices like both the people.
Interesting.
Oh God, I can't remember.
I don't know what other movie he's in.
What the hell was it? It's gonna drive me nuts now. Anyway.
Well, what's this beer that you poured for us, sir?
So yes, this one kind of literally, I don't want to say literally jumped out at me. It's from Torn Label, which is, brewed here in Kansas City. It's a Czech style Pilsner.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, 5.3%. It's called Nice Driveway.
Should have saved this for the 69th episode.
We can figure something out. We'll find. It's nice, not noise.
Well, still, it's nice.
I didn't think about that one.
Yeah,
but I'm
that's
like,
fine.
yeah, we're starting to get more
into the summery, warm
outdoorsy,
beers.
Months and stuff like that. So yeah.
Well, cheers.
Ooh, I like the smell of that. Cheers, sir.
Ooh,
I almost pick up a little like fruitiness on it.
Yeah,
Like a lemon or something.
definitely. There's citrus in that.
Yeah.
Oh man, that smells really good.
Mm-hmm.
Clarity is not 100% there. It's
But
got good head retention, though.
it could be a little bit older though too.
I like the head on that.
I like the coloring on it.
Yeah.
I like the taste. I already tried it.
Oh damn,
Very carbonated.
that's very good.
It's got a pronounced carbonation, if you will.
It does. That's that's something that I could drink after mowing the lawn.
Oh yeah, that's
Standing
definitely
in my driveway, standing in my nice driveway.
a nice lawn mowing beer, if you will. Yeah.
100%.
So I know, we kind of torn on the whole New Heights thing, and
Yeah.
I know like Nigel's very anti.
Oh, he hates it. It's just because he doesn't have the money, man.
Yeah. If he was doing better than them, he'd be like, "Fuck it, whatever. I don't give a shit."
Yeah. Sorry you're not, two successful football players with a podcast.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nigel.
Signed a $100 million contract with Amazon. Whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
That was pretty close. I wasn't even trying.
Good, yeah. All right. So anyway, they apparently recently did this whole thing, and somebody put into a graphic. It's bucket list events draft. So
Ooh, I think we should
Jason,
have our own
they had a
after
list
this.
of 10,
Yeah.
and I like this idea. I think we should try to, R&D, right? Rob and duplicate.
Absolutely. That's all this shit is.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Nobody has anything original. Actually, when I started doing some art stuff, I was talking to one of my art buddies, and he suggested reading a book. It's called The Art of the Steal or something like that. No, what was it?
Oh, The Art of the Deal?
No. It's basically, I'm blanking on the name of it all, and I had it and I've lost it now. But
Yeah.
it basically talks about how nothing really is ever original. People pretty much just steal
Yeah.
each other's stuff and just modify it to their
Yeah.
kind of
That is
thing.
creativity in a nutshell.
Because like how many podcasts out there are the same? It's just a matter of like, oh, I like these guys better than these guys, you know, and so on and so forth,
It's
whatever.
all the same, man.
I mean, we obviously have our own work to do.
Yeah.
To get better with our own podcast. I feel
Yeah.
like we do a pretty good job, but there's always room for improvement.
Yeah.
And with these upcoming changes and stuff, we can start to work on trying to do more stuff and do better. Right?
Yeah.
Always do better. Right. Always a podcast in progress.
Damn
Which
right.
I don't think we ever said. Welcome to Poor Decisions.
No, we didn't, but welcome.
Yeah, whatever. They get the
We're
gist.
8 minutes in. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's an intro. But yeah, so New Heights, they did a bucket list event draft. So there was 10 events, and I will go 1 through 10 on this then. So number 1 was Running of the Bulls. Number 2 was the F1 Monaco Grand Prix. Number 3 was Champions League final. Number 4 was...
Palio de Siena.
Thank you. Number 5 then was the World Darts Championship.
That's hilarious.
That is kind of funny. And we'll get into who chose what here in a little bit. Number 6 was the Royal Ascot Races.
That sounds douchey.
That sounds very European. Number 7 was then Red Bull Flugtag,
Flugtag.
which that would be very cool.
That would be cool.
Number 8 was Winter Olympics, which, I mean,
That'd be
going
cool.
to any Olympic, I think would be cool, right?
Oh, yeah.
Number 9 was the Iditarod sled dog races, which would be super cool, even though it's a very long
I
race.
guess,
And like, I'm not going, it's pretty much like the Olympics, right?
Yeah.
And then number 10, which is the Summer Olympics. So I think, the ranking of this is a little interesting.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put Running of the Bulls as number 1.
That's not my number 1.
But
That's my
maybe-
number 10.
Maybe they put, maybe they came across a list of, like very popular events or whatever.
Yeah.
And, there must have been some sort of ranking for it to come this way, right?
Yeah.
So,
See, I feel like I've got like 5 in my head just that are not this off the top of my head.
okay.
But
Well, we'll get into
we'll get
that.
to it.
Okay, fair enough. Now, there's one up here that would be huge for me. And actually, I just thought of something else that isn't on here though either. So I don't know who went first, but I'm going to assume it was Jason then. because number 1, which was running the bulls, he chose as
Was
his
his
number
number
1
one.
pick. And so the number 2 was the Monaco Grand Prix, which Travis then chose for his number 1 pick.
Yep.
I feel like they must have done like a serpentine. So then I think
Probably.
Travis then got to go third.
Yeah, like a snake draft
Yeah,
or
or
whatever.
serpentine, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he chose the Champions League final. To me, that's number 1. Because, I mean, you're getting the best soccer players in all of
Well,
Europe.
don't tell people what your number 1 is if we haven't, thought about our list yet.
Well, I saw we were going to talk about things that we would also like to see on this list and not necessarily do it ourselves.
Well, what's funny is my number 1 is something that both of these gentlemen have been in and won, which is a fucking Super Bowl. Like,
So maybe this is like a bucket list events of stuff that they haven't done?
probably.
Because, I mean, there's not World Series on here,
Yeah.
right? Okay. So anyway, number 2 for Jason was
Gave away my number 1. It's the Apex. Damn.
was the Palio. What exactly is that?
I think it's Palio di Siena. It looks like some sort of
Horse race.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess
And like they're racing around people,
it does look like that, doesn't it?
or are they herding people in some sort of fashion with horses? Play the load music, Brian.
Is a horse race held twice a year on July 2nd and 16th of August in Siena, Italy. 10 horses and riders, bareback.
Interesting.
The horses, not the riders. I didn't know that needed to be clarified. It says 10 horses and riders, bareback. The horses,
great.
not
Yeah,
the riders.
I'm glad it's just not fucking like wild horses running around.
Yeah, I don't know. And dressed in appropriate colors represent 10 of the 17. What is that word? Contrade?
Yeah.
Or city wards in a tradition dating back to the 17th century.
Wow.
But yeah,
Never heard of this. I've never heard of this. I'm also an uncultured swine.
Yeah, I mean, as most Americans are.
Yep.
All right. I mean, it seems
It's
interesting.
another horse race. Okay.
But
So
it
it's
is.
a horse race.
It's a horse race. Yes.
Cool.
So then I'm gonna guess. So basically, I feel like if you look at this, they just went in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
order of one. If they're doing snake draft, they just went in the order.
Yeah.
Because then Jason then for his number 3 chose the World Dart Championship. I have no interest in that,
Me neither.
honestly.
Nope. I'd say about 8 of these I could give a fuck about.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, running the bulls
Yeah, I'm out.
would
I
be
don't
cool
care.
to spectate, but
No.
no,
No.
no interest in being anywhere near that.
Like even F1, I'm just like, they drive too fast. I can't. What-
That would be down towards the bottom of this list for
Yeah.
me, for sure. But yeah, number 3 for Travis then was the Royal Ascot races. But
It's
then
another
he
horse
turned around
race.
and chose the Red Bull Flugtag, which I think would be
That'd be
higher.
fun.
It'd be higher up on the list for me.
Yeah. If that was something I was interested in going in, yes.
Yes. And then number 8, Jason chose Winter Olympics, followed by the Iditarod. Like, I think seeing part of the Iditarod would be cool,
Yeah.
but it's such a long race.
Yeah, and it's also you're in Alaska. Fuck that.
Alaska, and not
and-
nice times.
Like, is it ever nice times in Alaska?
Yeah, summer can be nice.
What do you get, like 5 hours of sunlight then? Or is it sunlight
it's the opposite.
nonstop?
It's like sunlight.
You get like 4 hours of nighttime, and then even then the sun doesn't quite
Yeah.
hit the
Yeah,
horizon.
so make sure you have some blackout curtains.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because I remember when I was
I like
on,
cold weather, but not that much.
yeah, when I was on an Alaskan cruise though, our last day, like, and I never really paid any attention to it, but our last day, like, I was just kind of, we were in the hotel room before, because we were off the cruise and got into the hotel. And we were going to be
Yeah.
flying out the next morning, and I went to go close the curtain. And I remember seeing some kid out on a soccer field practicing, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. And I looked it down at what time. It was 11 o'clock at
I
night.
was about to say it must have been like midnight.
It was 11 o'clock at night, and
fucking
it
weird.
was like 7 o'clock here during the summer.
Yeah.
That's how bright it was.
Yeah.
Like, it was starting, you could tell it was starting to get, that more orangish, not, just blaring freaking
Yeah.
sun,
Yeah.
right?
It's
You're
a
starting
golden
to get
hour.
that dusk,
The golden hour.
golden hour. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. But I'm just like, oh my God, like that kid's out there practicing soccer at 11 o'clock at night because there was no lights on.
Yeah.
They have lights, but they weren't on.
They don't need them.
They didn't need them. Yeah. And then number 10, Travis, I must have picked last, chose the Summer Olympics. Depending on the events.
See, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now, none of these would be in my top 5.
Okay. So obviously Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Yeah. World Series.
I would love to go to a World Series.
Yeah.
WrestleMania.
Okay. Yeah.
I think
that
WrestleMania
would be cool. I never even thought about wrestling. Yeah.
I would love to, and I'm talking like in its heyday, before it got all commercial and like influencer based. I'd say Coachella. I'm gonna go with the music event on my list.
Okay.
Coachella, or I'm forgetting.
Which makes me
one.
wonder. I'm like, okay, did they just do this based off of?
I'm sure they
just sports stuff then.
Potentially.
Yeah.
But
that's not a bad idea.
I would like, so Super Bowl, World Series, WrestleMania, Coachella.
In that order? Or just in your top? Okay.
I think so. I think that's a good 1, 2, 3, 4. And even though I'm not like huge on the sport, just to be a part of the environment, a World Cup game.
And World Cup would be in my top.
That's
probably my number 1 as well.
I don't care what country it is. It could be the U.S. It could be any other fuck all country.
I mean, and obviously
care.
we have the World Cup coming to Kansas City.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna
be able to go because it's going to be stupid expensive.
I can't afford that.
No.
So yeah, Super Bowl, World Series, WrestleMania, Coachella, World Cup.
Yeah.
Just in terms of live events, like
I think Super
could
Bowl
be music
is
or
still
sports
up there.
Otherwise.
Yeah, Super Bowl's still up there for me as well. I've been the last couple of years been gravitating more and more away from football stuff.
Yeah.
World Series would be up there as well. I did have a chance to go to a World Series game. The year was that the year the Royals won? I don't think it was. I don't recall right off. And I ended up passing it up.
Yeah.
And, because I was focused on some other stuff. That even everybody that was involved in that thing, like, you should have canceled. We would have understood. I'm like,
whatever.
That's just me and my stupid mind, I guess, where I prioritize everybody else over myself.
Yep, I know the feeling.
Because I know even Jen's been getting on me about that quite a bit lately, too.
Yep, I know the feeling, dude.
So, yeah.
So what's your top 5? Off the top of your head.
I mean, obviously,
World Cup. No chance to plan.
World Cup, Super Bowl, World Series now because I've missed it. I can't say MLS Cup because I've been to an MLS Cup.
Yeah.
Champions League. So I got soccer in here twice, basically. I mean, there's a difference between World Cup and Champions League. Like, if you do like the Champions League final, and this is what this one says is the Champions League final, that is the 2 best teams in all of European soccer.
Yeah.
So, and that's usually where all the top players play and go to anyway.
Yeah.
And it's not even nations teams. It's literally club teams then.
Yeah.
Because like right now they're to the semifinals, and you got, I think it's Arsenal and Chelsea and Barcelona, and I'm blanking on the 4th team, but it's a team that has not been up there, and they have a very small stadium. Yeah. So it's gonna be very interesting because I saw a thing saying like, oh yeah, so I think it was Arsenal. It might not have been Arsenal because Chelsea's gonna play Barcelona. I already know that one. But like, yeah, this other team was gonna go play in this small little tiny town because, and that's the cool thing about Champions League as well, at least until you get to the final, is you always play 1-1.
Yeah.
And so whoever the lower seed is, you play in their place first. Whoever the higher seed is, you play in their place second. And that way, if it's tied, after that, you do your extra time.
Oh,
and then if it's still tied, then you do the PKs. So that way the top team plays the second game at home.
Yeah.
That way they have the advantage for the added time or PKs or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Interesting.
So that's 4. God, what would be a 5th? You know what? Like Not as much lately, and now that I'm older, it probably wouldn't be as fun. EDC,
What's that?
the Electric Daisy Carnival.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That'd be cool.
So it's, I guess it's like kind of like Coachella, but for electronic music.
It's a music fest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know like Download Fest would be really cool too.
Yeah.
Over,
See, I'm blanking on the one in Tennessee that's just as big. Used to be really big, like back in the day.
Yeah.
I gotta look this up.
I know.
'Cause it's
South by Southwest would be kind of
cool
cool
too, man.
to check out.
I've always wanted to check that out too.
Yeah. I know there's some other events that they're eluding me right now, unfortunately.
Bonnaroo. It's fucking Bonnaroo. How did I
Oh, yeah,
forget
yeah.
that? I'm swapping out Coachella for Bonnaroo.
Oh, okay. I can see where that one probably a little bit, because I feel
Yeah.
like Coachella the last couple of years has been
It's
been
it's so
much more of a
douchey
miss.
and pretentious.
Yeah.
Like it's become what, like that and Burning Man are just like it's influencer city.
yeah. Well, I
Like-
mean, Firefest, right?
Oh God, he's doing a second one.
Well, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Even though he
God,
did
that documentary took the world by storm in like what was that, 2018?
Yeah. Apparently, he did finally announce that they're going to be postponing the two because he doesn't have everything locked down. And by everything,
Shocker.
I think it actually means anything.
He's got nothing.
Because
He's
literally,
scamming people again.
Uh-huh.
Once a scammer, always a scammer.
Oh yeah, you can't bullshit a bullshitter.
Yep. Lady in Blue coming through.
All right. And so something else I came across, and I shared it with you beforehand, and this is getting back into the drinking stuff. And it's everybody always wonders like, okay, what's the difference between whiskey and whiskey, right?
Yeah.
KEY or
Whiskey
KY
or whiskey.
Yeah, whiskey, key, or whiskey, right?
Yeah.
And this was actually a great video from Jay Rieger.
It's very knowledgeable.
It really was. It was a very quick, short little video that just nailed it, right? So they said that to know the difference, any country with the letter E in it
America,
Is-
Mexico, Ireland.
is whiskey, right?
With an
KEY.
E.
Yes.
Yeah.
So any other country, like Scotland, Japan, countries like that, it's whiskey, just KY.
Yeah.
Because I always kind of wondered that myself, and I guess just never really looked it up.
And I never knew why they changed the spelling.
I didn't know either.
I don't know what the history is there.
But that's like one of those things I just learned in the last couple of years, the difference between how to just know the difference, because I could never remember the difference between Disneyland and Disney World.
Oh, Disneyland is in LA.
LA, yes.
Yeah.
So land, LA, right?
Disney
and
World
Disney World is Orlando because you have
ORL.
WORL. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. And that makes me think of almost, everybody's like, is it soccer or football? Yes.
It's both.
It is.
It originated in England.
As soccer,
Yeah.
they changed it to football.
Because it was called like social. It was like social something, right? And they shortened it to soccer.
That part I don't recall, but I know that America started doing it a lot more.
Yeah.
And so then they changed it to football.
Yeah.
And then America did
It's just like, we're
football,
gonna take football
for a
and-
completely different sport.
Yeah. So like, fuck you, English, for being like, no, it's football.
Yeah,
Well,
like,
you
no.
invented both terms.
Yeah.
So
Where do you think soccer came from?
yeah, and
Say
it's
please.
aluminum, not aluminium.
That is really weird.
Like you're adding more syllables than there are letters.
I know.
Doesn't make any sense.
It's like, spell that.
Please, aluminium.
Yeah.
Aluminum.
Yeah. It does.
They're
seem-
adding an extra I.
It does really sound like they're adding an extra I. Kind of like they added an extra E.
To whiskey.
Whiskey. Yeah. Because if it's England, it would be whiskey,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, yeah,
Technically, right?
yeah. I don't know if England's really known for their whiskey, though.
I don't think so either.
Just because they're part of the UK doesn't mean they can make whiskey.
I mean, it would still be United Kingdom. United, right? E.
Yeah, with an E.
Whiskey.
Yep. I mean, Northern Ireland, still technically, there's two E's there.
Yes.
So is it two E's in whiskey?
No, it's WHESKEY.
Whiskey.
We should get into another beer. And I've pretty much
Oh, we
ran out of
should.
topics, though, as well. unfortunately. So we're gonna have to figure something out, sir.
Well, by the time this airs, I'll be in Italy.
Oh yeah, we were gonna talk about that.
I almost said Portugal.
You wish.
Dude, yes. Portugal's amazing. Italy's gonna be dope.
How about a beer?
Yes, let's do it.
So we just booked a couple things.
I was wondering it because I know last time we talked, you hadn't booked anything yet.
So we booked. I think it's the only thing that we're really like. Okay,
That's on your bucket list while you're there, right?
yeah, that we're just like, let's do these because we booked them. Everything else is just going to be like flying by the seat of our pants.
Yeah.
So we're going to go on a bike ride, an 8-hour bike ride. Goddamn, an 8-mile bike ride.
I mean, I have done an 8-hour bike ride. Actually, I did a 12-hour bike ride.
So 8-mile bike ride, whatever kilometers that is. I don't know. I'm not European. Through the Tuscan Hills.
Oh, nice.
So it's gonna be like we're gonna stop at a Chianti winery
With a nice Chianti. Oh man, we're twisted.
If people get that reference, please make a comment.
Yes.
Please comment in the comment section.
Comment in the comment section. Yes.
I
I don't want you to comment in the smoke signal section.
Yeah, don't do that.
Because I ain't gonna see it. Sorry.
So bike ride through the Tuscan Hills with a nice Chianti and olive oil. They do like olive oil samplings, which I'm stoked on because we love olives. So I can't wait to just fucking snack mad on olives for 15 days.
That does sound awesome, honestly.
And then the other thing, it's our first night in Florence, Firenze. We're doing a cooking class. How to make classic Italian noodle dishes, gluten-free. And they give you the recipes. They give you a PDF of the recipes. So we
For
can,
what again?
For making, we're going to make Italian noodles.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's going to be I don't know what,
Sorry, I blanked out. I was pulling up something else and I zoned out for a second.
But yeah, they're going to give us recipes for all the stuff that we make. And that's going to be dope. We're going to do that in the evening. And I think it's a 6-hour course. And it's food and wine. More olive oil. I think they just I think when you land in Italy, they just give you a shot of olive oil.
Cheers. Bottoms up. There's going to be a lot of people confused.
What is this?
It's this is not whiskey.
But I like
with
it.
A Y, without the E. Sorry.
Whiskey with 2 eyes.
Yeah, sure.
Because it's Italia.
Yeah. We need to get into this beer as well. So this is coming from Vine Street. I bought it from a store, not at Vine Street, because they have some of their stuff out in distro. You already did. How about a beer?
I was looking for the wow.
Oh, that's where. Nope. That's where. I think I got rid of it. There you go.
There we go.
I got rid of it for the Shut It Down.
Oh yeah, shut it down.
So yeah, they Vine Street, is doing more stuff out to distro, and this is the East 71. It says sparkling ale.
Interesting.
Not entirely sure what sparkling ale entitles.
Is it a beer that's supposed to be made in champagne?
I don't recall that,
but
it's,
they
I
can
know
only
I've
call
been
it
excited to
sparkling wine.
try this one.
I've never heard of this one.
So cheers, sir.
Cheers.
Not a lot of.
Yeah, I'm just smelling the beer that was previously in here.
Yeah. That's very subtle, though.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
It's just simple. 5%.
It's solid.
It's a solid beer. Vine Street
they don't
does,
fuck around.
They do some solid stuff, so yeah. Good job there, Vine Street.
So did I know we talked about this off the mic. I don't know if I mentioned this on the mic, but we're going to be in Milan with her parents on the same day.
I don't think we did talk about that on mic. Yeah.
They're leaving on Tuesday as of the recording, they're leaving on the 23rd.
Oh, so they're leaving before you guys then.
They're leaving before us. They're going to Switzerland. They're doing a couple countries.
Nice.
But we leave for Italy on the 1st. Not quite.
Yours was like twice as long.
Phrasing.
Hey. So yeah, they leave on the 23rd for their European excursion, and then just by fucking happen chance, we're all four of us are going to be in Milan, Italy, on the 2nd.
Yeah.
And their hotel is like a 15-minute walk from where we're staying.
Nice.
So like we're going to meet up for dinner with them on the 2nd, do breakfast with them on the 3rd. They leave on the 3rd to finish out their excursion. Her mom just broke her pinky toe.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. But she's like cleared to travel.
I'd be like, cut that shit off.
It looks like a broken toe.
There's been times normal looking pinky toes look like, is there something wrong with that?
Well, and she was worried that it was going to be dislocated and they would have to reset your pinky toe. Can you imagine how god fucking awful that might feel?
I think they would just cut it off.
But might as well.
Yeah.
That was the joke.
Pinky toe doesn't do anything.
We were talking about this yesterday. We're just like, can we evolve from a pinky toe? Like, what does it do?
Yeah, it's like the appendix, right?
The bone is like this big. Uh-huh. It's like the length of a fingernail. Like it's worthless.
I mean, sometimes people don't even have a freaking toenail on their pinky.
Yeah,
right?
I hardly ever do.
Yeah. And sometimes, like, even if you go to peel it, you could pretty much just peel the toenail off, right?
But it's crazy. So we're going to be in the same city, in the same country, at the same time.
And not even planned.
And nothing is planned.
Yeah, it was not.
And this isn't the first time this has happened.
Yeah.
When we went on a road trip, like during COVID, so 2020, all four of us were in Asheville, North Carolina at the same time doing different things.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, well, like send us your where you're at, and like we were at a campsite and they joined us for dinner.
You
and
do the at current location send.
Like her dad brought like a 12-pack of Trulies or something. Like,
oh, I'm sorry.
Well, it was, so Gina can enjoy.
Yeah, gluten free. Yeah, I
gluten free,
get it.
But
Wait, was Gina old enough to drink then?
Yeah, she was. Brian,
I'm kidding.
No, I know. I'm 8 years older than she is.
So a couple episodes ago, you're getting ready to turn how old?
35.
So you gotta. I mean, some people would say you got a child bride, but you're not that old. It'd be like if I was, dating or marrying somebody that age.
I mean, but she was 19 when we met.
Yeah.
Whatever.
What? Semantics.
Numbers are numbers.
She was an adult.
We're adults.
Yeah. I'm an adult. Do what I want. We do have.
Do we have some fan mail?
We've had some fan mail, and this is going to be several episodes behind now. Miranda updated us on some of the stuff, so we're going to plug through some of this. But we do have a new one, too. So, on episode 57, which was...
starting from the oldest?
Yes, so we already did the fellow cocktail one. So, episode 57. These are all from Miranda as well.
Thank you, Miranda.
So, always appreciate the comments and anything. Even if you're just like, hi!
Miss you guys.
Because I think we might have something from chat as well. I'll double check Buzzsprout here in a second. So on episode 57, she was a little bit behind and trying to catch up, but it was unplugged and unfiltered. And it was the best in music, sports, and culture. And she said, my bad for being behind, and I love you, Cesar, but I definitely brought the green chili beer.
Yeah, for sure. I remember that beer.
And then in episode 58, which was Flannel February finale, we were talking about Danny Trejo, Kia Boys, and classic films. Toy Story is Miranda's kind of, we were talking about our, go-to films and stuff like that, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Episode 59, which was Working, Not in the Basement, NFL Report Card, and Surprises Spoiled. Said she's been catching up on the podcast and very much enjoying it. The music is a perfect volume.
Cool.
So, I mean, that's good. We could hear it. The music doesn't really come through much on the
On their
recording
end.
on their end,
Yeah,
unless
yeah.
there's like long lulls for us.
Yeah.
Then you can faintly hear it.
Yeah. That's what it's there for.
It probably depends on how loud you have your.
Oh, that was. I think I almost got it.
At
Mine
some
was a
point,
bit-
I'm gonna
mine
end
was a
up
bit
mistiming.
high.
I'm gonna see you coming, and then I'm just gonna like hit it so that way it's gonna be
We try
hard to tell
time it,
who
yeah.
who's different.
I'll give you like a.
Like, hey, it's coming, it's coming.
Yeah.
3, 2. All right, so she just
On the most previous.
or yeah, no, couple
Oh,
ago.
oh, okay.
Episode 62, which was questionable life choices, like the 999 challenge.
Oh boy.
That one's actually done pretty well. And so she says, Ellie and her have attempted the 999 challenge.
Oh, you got to hit C more because it looks like there's.
Yeah, it is a long one. Yeah. She said she did the Montucky cold snacks.
Oh yeah.
And Ellie did hoop tea.
Ugh.
Yeah. Which I think is cheating since there's no carbonation. But
I mean,
he calls it a stretch.
That's fair, but there's probably more sugar in that though.
Yeah, which
and
can
there's
fuck you up.
caffeine, and there's caffeine.
Which can fuck you up
Yeah,
more.
fuck
right?
that. I'm out.
So I think it's 6 of one, half a dozen of another, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Montucky cold snack, that's definitely a choice, though.
Oh, I would. That's a great choice.
I'm not saying it's a bad choice. I said it's definitely a choice.
It's got to be ice fucking cold though.
Yeah, exactly. So you're not buying all 9 at once.
Yeah.
We both made it until the end of the 4th inning, though.
Oh my god.
It was the fastest game ever. Both teams were consistently going 3 and out. And she says, I think the game lasted 1.5
Holy
hours.
shit.
Then she says, Eric S., I'm going to guess Shelton,
Yep.
and his nephew made it all the way through drinking Bud Light. Insane. And it's so much food and bubbles.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
And then she used the throwing up emoji.
I'd imagine your gut is just destroyed
Oh,
for
yeah.
at least 2 days.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. A couple episodes ago, she tried to do something. It was like, I think you should invite your girlfriend in the shower. Anonymous listener. LMAO. And then she's like, the show, not shower.
Not shower yet. Yep. Thanks, Jen.
And literally,
I was
like,
at work when she sent that. She
Oh,
sent
yeah.
me a screenshot.
yeah. And I was
And I was just like, do you really need to ask him for that?
let me see, what was I doing? I was doing something.
That made me laugh.
And I get the notifications from, I get an email and a notification from Buzzsprout saying like, hey, you have fan mail. And it gives me a little preview of it. And as soon as it came back through, like I didn't recognize the end of the number because I haven't memorized Jen's number completely. And like when she sent another one and like the email hadn't come through yet, it was just the Buzzsprout notification. I'm just like, I sent her a message. I'm like, so are you enjoying the show? She's like, God damn it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So yeah, all right. Yeah, love you, babe.
Yeah, that was funny.
There was something else I was just going to talk about, and now I've spaced it.
I don't know.
Can I pin this one? Because this is a great one. That was a great comment.
Yeah,
Miranda, thank you.
that's a good story.
thought
I
there was-
feel like I agree that it is cheating, but I'd imagine that you feel even worse drinking a hard tea.
Oh yeah.
Ugh.
Like,
Those are
and
so
I
disgusting.
don't like tea.
I've had a twisted tea once in my life. It was terrible.
I've not even had a twisted tea.
They're gross.
I don't like tea.
I do.
I did drink a lot of sweet tea when I stopped drinking
and that's
soda.
that's why I don't like it, because I don't like sweet tea.
So that was what I replaced with soda for a while.
Yeah.
And mostly just try and get rid of the carbonation and stuff. Like I was drinking, brewed sweet tea. Like, okay,
Yeah.
at least I'm doing a little bit better, a little less sugar, less carbonation or
Yeah.
no carbonation. And eventually, I'm drinking way more of this than I was even drinking soda. So, all right, I need to, I don't drink soda or tea. Like lately, I've been drinking some cream sodas.
Yeah.
I'll get it from the brewery, or actually, I just bought some last night, or the other night, and I'll do a shot or two of whiskey.
Yeah.
EY,
With an E.
With an E.
Because it's American.
Yeah. Or Ireland. And then I will put the cream soda in with it.
Yeah.
So it's a nice little
balance.
Yeah. And it's not me just drinking, straight.
Well, depending on if these, tariffs really impact my coffee consumption, I might start drinking more tea.
Yeah.
Can't grow coffee in America, so
no,
we're not in the coffee
I
belt.
wonder, that would be a good conversation to have with Mike from Encore.
Oh, yeah. How it's going to affect his business?
Yeah. Maybe that's why he started doing more chocolate stuff, but you can't do the chocolate.
That was before all this.
It was, but maybe he kind of saw some stuff on the horizon.
I don't think so.
But I would think that you're having to import most of the...
That's going to be more expensive to import.
Yeah.
Unroasted cacao nibs.
Cacao. That was weird. Okay. There was something else I thought I had freaking saved, but I did just recently come across, I have to delete this site so we don't get any sort of
oh yeah, don't want to get sued.
Yeah. Scientists claim human civilization peaked in 1999. And then there's a whole bunch of albums that listed that were released in 99. Limp
Bizkit's first album.
Significant Other.
Yeah.
Yes. You got
Freak on a Leash. Fuck,
Korn,
man.
Freak on a Leash. Yeah, this one we can skip.
Yeah.
It's Creed higher.
Which they're getting a weird resurgence among Gen Z right now, and I don't know if it's ironically or if they really like the music of Creed.
Maybe they're finding Jesus.
They're finding
because that's
something.
what it is. Remember Dick Poems for Jesus?
Yeah. I
Thank you, Chris Hardwick.
Yeah.
Crazy Town Butterfly.
Ugh.
That one, it has not held up.
No.
It was great, but I think when it came out, got way overplayed.
You're my butterfly, sugar,
baby. Anyway, Every Morning. This one, I feel like, still holds up. I don't think it gets
morning.
Sugar Ray.
Oh, yeah. Every morning when I wake up,
there's a halo over my girlfriend's four-post bed. Yeah. Don't ask us to do karaoke.
No, I could do that song. I just don't want to.
This one, I don't know.
No,
about
that's
this.
peak. That is peak nonsense.
Yes, it is.
What is ba wada ba?
Yeah, Corn Rock. Or not Corn Rock.
Corn Rock.
It's Kid Rock. Corn Rock.
Corn Rock is infinitely better.
Yes.
And it's not corn, but it's CORN.
Yeah, I feel like it should be more like
Corn Rock.
Corn cover of Corn songs, but
country.
But sung as Kid Rock.
Oh, yeah. No. Oh, see, but it has to have a country
yes
twist.
Well, I mean, yes, yeah.
Yes.
And somebody has to have a jaw harp.
Corn Rock.
And a jug.
Oh, my God.
My Own Worst Enemy.
Okay, yeah. It's a
I'm like just watching. You're just shaking yeah. You're trying to convince yourself.
It's an earworm.
Oh, absolutely.
It's an earworm.
Yes, and there's a couple on here that I'm like, no, fuck that song. Push It.
Oh,
Static X,
man.
Yeah, there's one on here that's actually one of my favorites.
Rest in peace, Wayne Static, man.
But yeah, there's one on here later that's one of my favorites as well.
Okay.
All the Small Things.
Yeah, no, overplayed.
It definitely poppy.
It's overplayed, man.
Oh, I would agree. But that video was great.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Because they made fun of
all the boy
bands.
Yeah.
Yes. Even though they were pretty much a boy band.
Oh, 100% this song.
Sleep Now in the Fire. Who is
Sleep
that?
Now. It's Rage Against the Machine.
Okay, thank you.
Sleep Now in the Fire.
Oh, yeah. See, I guess I just don't know any of the names of their songs. And I was that way with Linkin Park for a long time. I enjoyed Linkin Park and knew all their songs. Didn't know the name of the actual songs.
That's fair.
This is mine right here.
Oh, yeah. Fucking Power
Man 5000 When
man.
Worlds Collide. This was one of my favorite songs.
Now this is what it's like when worlds collide.
Are you ready to...
It's so good, dude.
Oh, yeah. And that whole... I enjoyed most of that album.
Well, it wasn't until... not recently, but like in my adulthood, where I found out that was Rob Zombie's brother.
Uh-huh.
And I was
Spider?
just like, of course it is. Like, he sounds just like Rob Zombie.
Uh-huh. They do not hold up. Because
No.
I saw them in concert
Of course they don't.
once. It was at a car show. It was a very large car show in Bartle. And yes, that sounds as awkward as it is.
Better than like Kirksville County Fair or something.
Oh, yeah, there is that. But then one of 98.9, The Rock's last Rock Fest, they had Power Man 5000. And I was going to try and go.
Straight ass.
And one of my buddies I was working with at the time, he's like, yeah, I went, and he's like, I was excited to see him, and it was not good.
It was terrible.
Yeah. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm glad I got to see him when I saw him then.
Man, 1999 is civilization peaking so far and so good.
Here, how about this one?
Wait and Bleed, man. Great
Little
song.
Slipknot. Vermilion, the 30 or whatever.
Yeah.
Was like when I was working at that time, like every time, like if I just was having a terrible day and was mad and just pissed off at the world, I'd play, that whole album, just
Dude,
like
that's
volume all the way up, and just
great
like,
album,
oh
man.
my God, I'm so angry right now. I'm just trying to focus on work and just
Man.
fuck. All right. Incubus.
Dude, great song. Great band.
Pardon me. Yeah.
Incubus fucking slaps, man.
There's a lot of things on this.
Wow.
Filter. Take a picture.
Okay. I see. Yeah. Not my favorite song, but it's another earworm.
This is my.
Oh, God. This is your
fuck off
favorite song of all time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Would you steal my sunshine?
So bad. Everybody has that one song that they can't stand,
Yeah.
and this is it.
Yeah.
But the problem is I'm a glutton for punishment, so I don't actively go out and find the song. I'll tell people I hate the song.
I think
I will let it play, though, and just ignore the fuck out of it.
mine is Beverly Hills by Weezer.
Okay.
Instant skip every single time.
I get it. And if I have the option, yes, I'll skip it.
It's just
but
so
if I have to
annoying.
suffer through it, I will. I worked at.
Well, I'm really good at just like toning shit out, and it becomes background noise.
Oh, and I've done that too. And I think I talked
Like
about this.
at the brewery when there's been stuff going on, and people are just like, "Why is this on?" But it's like I'm not even paying attention.
I didn't even know what was
Like,
on.
I'm sorry, but I worked at Macy's for 4 months.
Yeah. And that's like I said a couple episodes. I worked at Lone Star for several, for 3-4 months, and I'm not a big on country or western,
Yeah.
both kinds.
Both kinds.
And I just learned to just
We'll talk
tone
about
it out.
We'll talk to Bob.
Yeah. Here you go, Smash Mouth,
I mean,
All Star.
Yeah, it's I'm not gonna skip the song, but I don't love it.
Now, and then I always forget what's the other one that's on this one too.
Oh, they have another song on this album.
Yes, they do. Oh God, I'm blanking on it.
He died recently
Yes,
from a heart attack.
and most people thought it was Guy Fieri.
He kind of looks like him.
This one, not my favorite, but it's
Is
still
this
a solid.
Alien Ant Farm?
It is Alien Ant Farm,
I do not know this song.
but it's movies.
don't
So
know it.
they actually had Mr. Miyagi in it.
Wow.
Yeah, where they're at the movies doing their song, and there's they kind of mock up different movies and stuff, including the Karate Kid, and then Mr. Miyagi comes running down the aisle.
I do not know this song.
Yeah.
At all.
It's not Smooth Criminal.
Yeah, which is a better version. By the
Yes.
way. I will die on that hill.
We need to. That would be a great article to go over.
Oh,
What
yeah.
are better?
Better
The
originals.
covers are better
Oh,
than
yeah.
the originals.
Yeah, I like that.
'Cause, honestly, one of my favorites is Lindsey Sterling's with Pentatonics Radioactive.
Oh yeah.
Imagine Dragons, I'm okay with Imagine Dragons,
Ugh.
but I feel like their version of Radioactive is way better than Imagine Dragons.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And actually,
I'm a rich- I
Pentatonics'
don't-
version
what?
of Bohemian Rhapsody is pretty much the only other version of Bohemian Rhapsody I can stand.
I don't remember. Okay. I think I know this song now. Come original. Is that?
Yes.
I know
I
this
don't
song.
recall
but
who
I
this
don't
is,
know
but-
who the fuck it is, but I know the song.
I don't recall.
I'm not gonna play it because we can't afford that. But I will try to find the artist. It says it's 311.
It is.
Well, in that case, I don't like it.
You're like, fuck it. Screw them.
Oh, the bad touch.
The bad touch.
Bloodhound Gang.
This one still holds up, too.
Oh, it really does.
Sweat, baby, sweat, baby.
I feel like a lot of people they would get canceled now.
Oh yeah, that song would not.
It would not fly. That was on the radio.
Yes. I mean, it was a lot of editing, but yes.
It was on the radio.
D5, you sunk my battleship.
I want you smothered.
And then this is the last one. This one I couldn't stand. I didn't really care for Tom Green.
Yeah. My bum is on the cheese. My bum is on the cheese.
'Cause, like,
and if I'm lucky, I might get a disease.
Yeah. Because I think we've talked about this. Like Freddy Got Fingered. Like I don't care for it.
Yeah, it's a great movie. I love it.
Sure.
I probably don't like it now.
Oh yeah.
But like 12-year-old me loved it.
Yeah. And so that was probably like, 18-year-old me where I'm just like, this is dumb.
That was 2002, 2003 for me when I first knew about Tom Green.
Yeah. I never really cared for Tom Green.
I watched the Tom Green show. It's not the Green Tom show. This is my favorite show.
I prefer the Red Green show.
Because it is my show. It's the Tom Green show.
I prefer the Red Green show.
That's a good show too.
It was a good show.
It was a good show too.
It was a great show. Anybody that doesn't know what the Red Green show is, you definitely missed out.
Look it up.
It was great.
Well, I think on that note, because I got to pee.
Okay, well, we could go ahead and wrap it up.
Yeah, we should.
And we filled some extra time there, and that was actually a great little article.
That was a good one.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to end up
1999, man, peak civilization.
Go as well as it went, but it worked. So we'll go ahead and wrap things up, though, and
next time you hear from me, I'll
be back from.
Well,
oh no, you won't be back yet.
I won't be back, but I will be leaving.
Yes, you'll be gone.
I will be gone. Okay, I gotta go. All
right, cheers.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Thank you. You didn't hit shut it down.